Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Weird World Podcast. I'm Dean. I'm the sidekick to our hostess.
With the mostest? Is that me? Carrie.
And I'm Jack.
Our co-host, Jack. I'm just here to listen along and try to learn what you guys are all about.
Really?
Yeah.
What's happening?
So you're going to take some notes. I see you got your notepad out.
I do.
You got your glasses on.
I do. I'm ready for a timeline. I'm ready I just want to soak up the knowledge. What? Are you not going to have a timeline?
Well, I got a date.
Okay.
You have a date?
Yeah.
How dare you? You're married.
I'm right here, Carrie. Carrie, by the way, is going to bring us something that Jack and I have no idea what it's about.
No.
Yeah. And I don't know if you know about this, Dean.
Okay. I'm ready for you.
I know. Didn't happen all that long ago. The year was 2004.
That's pretty long ago.
Not that long ago.
It feels.
I know, but certainly in our consciousness, we were
Also,
full-fledged adults.
As a proportion of your life, it's not that much for us. For Jack, it's like a lot.
Yeah,
So,
it's like, what, 17 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I would not have expected you to have heard about this at the time.
Hey, you never
But-
know. I was precocious.
Well,
No, I wasn't.
well, you were pretty precocious, but you probably weren't watching the nightly news. So, anyway, some names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Really?
And I guess we probably should have a low content warning here
Uh-oh. Well,
for sexual assault.
we were doing so good.
I know.
Not anymore. Now,
Yeah.
we were trying to do uplifting, fun things, and then this.
Time
Yeah.
for sad.
I'll have a fun, uplifting thing the next time, or
Okay.
maybe in a couple times.
Elisa Lam. Okay.
It depends on the order that we upload these, but anyway, I do have an uplifting topic coming up.
The Land
Anyway,
Before Time. The movie The Land Before Time.
oh, that would no, because don't little baby dinosaurs die in that? That's not all that uplifting.
My God, you can turn anything into a depressing
can.
downer.
Also, I feel like we've only gotten to a year at this point.
I don't know
A
what
year
that
of
means.
what?
2004.
Yes,
Oh.
true. Okay,
Well, yeah.
here's the place:
Okay.
Mount Washington, Kentucky.
Mount Washington, Kentucky. Okay.
Sounds a little fictitious to me, like it.
Seriously?
Why?
Like it's a town from Mayberry or something. You know, whatever that show was, Andy Griffith's show.
Mayberry.
Mount Washington just doesn't sound real.
Okay.
But anyway,
Alright.
at the time, 2004, they had about 8,500 people,
People. Okay.
residents, population. So it's a small, kind of rural, little town in Kentucky.
Eastern Kentucky, Western Kentucky. What are
I'm
we talking
sure it's beautiful. I do not know.
about? I'm going to look it up. Go ahead.
So, our subject is her name's Laura, but that's not
Laura.
really her name.
Okay.
I'm protecting her.
I'm going to put quotation marks around Laura. Go ahead.
She was an
Laura Bush,
18-year-old.
by the way.
Huh?
Nothing. I thought it might be Laura Bush. I'm wrong.
No, 18-year-old high school senior, smart young lady. She was in the top of her class. She had aspirations to go to college. She wanted to study medicine. She was responsible,
In Kentucky?
well
First in the
behaved.
state. Just kidding, Kentucky. Sorry.
Isn't Rand Paul from Kentucky?
That's
You're
kind of my point.
You're not
Well,
helping.
but he became a doctor. So
Did he?
Yes.
Eek.
He did.
Kind of.
Look at him now.
I know.
Girl.
Well, I wouldn't go to him, but you know. Anyway, Laura was also a regular churchgoer. She had been a Girl Scout, et cetera, et cetera. You see where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
She's a good girl.
She was a very good girl.
Okay.
Her mom had recently lost her job due to some health issues she was having. So to step up and help the family, Laura got a job at McDonald's.
How old was she again?
18.
18. Okay.
High school senior.
Mount Washington is south of Louisville. So it's
Louisville.
kind of north central Kentucky.
You got to say it right.
Louisville. She was, in
Louisville.
fact, going to go to the University of Louisville.
Oh.
She better work.
So she got this job at McDonald's. Her hourly wage, $6.35.
Yikes.
Holy moly, Kentucky.
Well, do you know what that would
That
be
was
in
probably
today
the
money?
minimum wage at the time.
I'm
Probably.
sure it was.
Yeah. which
How
is
much has it moved up?
Not much.
Not enough.
What, 7 something is the federal minimum wage? Crazy. And she was a good employee. She was dependable, reliable, all that jazz.
I like her. Are you going to have her die? I feel
I'm
like
not
you're going to
gonna
have her
have her do
die.
anything.
Okay. All right.
So On April 9th, 2004, Laura was working at McDonald's. Somebody else called in sick, so even though Laura's shift was ending in like the late afternoon or whatever, they asked her if she would stay, so she agreed to extend her shift because
She's good people.
she was a good, reliable employee, but also she could use the money. She was working to help her family, so if she was able to, she would work whenever she could. So she agreed to stay. Because she was working a double shift, she got a free meal, which she thanks McDonald's. And so in between shifts, she got to take a little break and get something to eat. The assistant manager who was working that afternoon was 51-year-old Debbie, not her real name. She had been working there for about 8 months. So she'd been there for a little while, and she was the most senior person in charge. At exactly 4:56 p.m., a call came in to that McDonald's. And according to assistant manager Debbie, the caller said he was a police officer.
Oh.
And his name was Officer Scott. He said he currently had somebody from McDonald's corporate and that actual restaurant's, that McDonald's manager, because Debbie was the assistant manager, on another line. And that they had had an issue that day because a child had been in and had her coin purse stolen. And he gave Debbie a vague description. Young, white, female, blonde hair.
Wait, the perp or the little
The
girl?
perp.
Okay.
The perp.
Because it could have been both.
Yes.
Young, white, female, blonde hair who stole a coin purse from a little child.
Girl. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Allegedly.
So based on the officer's description, Debbie said she thought she knew who he was describing and that it was Laura.
I really hate Debbie at this point.
And that she was currently working there right then.
Really? Debbie's jumps right away. This freaking Girl Scout. Oh, you describing a vaguely white girl stole a purse? Must be my employee.
I mean, if
Laura,
a
here
police
she is.
officer is
Arrest her.
telling you we have a suspect, here's their description, you'll probably think of the first person
Still
in your mind that fits that description.
Don't like
Yes.
Debbie.
Okay.
I don't know if the police officer said it was an employee or not. So if he did, that would have given even more.
Of a lead-in.
For Debbie. But he said, go get her and bring her back to the manager's office. So Debbie went up, got Laura, said that she was needed in the back office. And when she got her back there, she said there was a police officer on the phone. And she explained why he was calling, that there had been a theft and that the suspect in the theft matched her description. Laura was shocked, as one would be, including me, and said, there's got to be some kind of mistake. I have literally never stolen anything in my entire life.
And I've been here the entire day, and all I got was a goddamn Happy Meal. When for working double shifts at McDonald's, I think you should get like a shares of the company. I'm just saying, because
Yes.
food is not good. But that's, I mean, right? She has a pretty damn good alibi. She's right. She would have to steal it, and then did it happen? When did it happen?
It happened at the McDonald's.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Seriously,
She was
the
there all
employee
day.
there is going to go walk out. Here's your burger. Give me your purse, little girl. I mean, come on.
I know. I don't know how they allege that it happened. So Debbie was going back and forth between talking to the cop on the phone and talking to Laura about what was going on. Well, the officer Scott, in quotation
She's doing
marks,
quotations.
You're doing quotations, yeah, because Carrie doesn't understand podcast. But so, Quad, do you do a quotation over officer? Is that what you're doing there?
just Officer Scott.
Got it.
He told Debbie that Laura needed to be searched for
God.
the money that was stolen. And he said that he didn't have any officers available at the time to come down to the restaurant
Female
and do it.
officers, I'm assuming, right?
Not in the
He-
80s.
He said any.
Really?
No, it's 2004.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why my head was telling me the 80s.
It feels
It
like it.
sounds like something that would have happened in the 80s.
Yeah.
But yes. Uh-oh, here we go.
So there were no officers available to handle such a minor thing. You know, a kid's coin purse was stolen. No big deal.
Oh.
And that he wanted Debbie to search Laura for the money.
While he watches.
listens.
Well, yeah, he's on the phone. So
Oh, he's on the phone.
yeah.
Never mind.
You just said they don't.
Forgot.
When Debbie told her this, Laura, obviously, she gets very upset and she starts crying like, this doesn't make any sense. So Debbie hands Laura the phone. And so Laura's talking to Officer Scott on the phone, and he explains to her that either she gets searched there at the McDonald's or she can wait until an officer gets there to arrest her, and they'll take her down to the station and book her, and she can be searched there. And, which would she rather do?
It's unfortunate people don't know basic constitutional
I
rights
know.
because they have
Just
zero
about
authority
Yep.
to do any of this whatsoever.
So she gives the phone back to Debbie, and Laura takes off her clothes.
Jesus.
Debbie got another assistant manager, another female, to come in while she, supposedly searched Laura by having her take off her clothes.
Yeah, if Debbie's not a dick, couldn't Debbie go, okay, I'm searching her. She's naked. Nope, don't see anything.
Yeah, and just
Wink,
ruffle some
wink.
clothes.
Honestly, that's what obviously I wouldn't have done
That's
any
why,
of this,
okay,
but
there's
yeah.
2 strikes on Debbie here already.
Yeah.
And Debbie's also 51. She should know the option 3 was go fuck yourself, person on the phone, who has never shown any identification, obviously.
I know, yes. Well, so assistant manager 2, going to call her Kelly.
Kelly.
I really should have written these in my notes. I did.
Oh my God.
Well, are you making up Kelly and Debbie right here? Okay. I'm not, you know what? I am begging you to screw them up and mix them up. I'm going to try to help you do that.
I'm not gonna.
Okay.
So anyway, Laura takes off her, her shirt, her pants, whatever. She leaves on her underwear, and she gives each item of clothing to Debbie. Debbie checks them. There's no money hidden in her clothes. I don't know what she could have had.
57 cents from that little
Yeah,
kid. Mostly
for real.
nickels.
And while Debbie's on the phone with the police officer, he's telling her, okay, now you need to, is she completely naked? And she says, well, no, she's in her underwear. Well, she needs to take off her underwear too, because she could have tucked stuff in there.
Okay. Now, Carrie. Now we have an explicit rating.
Yep. So Laura does. Obviously, she's very upset. Kelly, because Kelly's nice, hands her an apron to cover herself with. And obviously, Debbie tells the police officer there's nothing in her underwear either. And can I give them back to her? He says, no, I need you to put them in a plastic bag.
Oh, my
And then, do you
God.
have a car there at work? And she says, yeah. And he said, I need you to go take them out and put them in your car, and I'll come by and pick them up.
The panties.
All of her clothes.
All of her clothes.
Everything.
So she has to sit there in the back of a McDonald's naked
Yes.
while this officer comes in. At what point did just common sense take over?
Well, so Debbie says, what do you mean? There's no money in here. Why can't I? I'm assuming this is what Debbie said.
Probably.
But she does push back
so.
and say, why? Why do you need the clothes? There's nothing in them. That doesn't make any sense. She has to sit here naked until,
yeah.
so because supposedly a police officer is still coming.
Yeah.
And the cop says, well, like acting like I didn't want to have to tell you this kind of thing. But they also suspect Laura of being a drug user and a dealer.
He's telling this
So-
to Debbie, the assistant manager?
Yes.
Okay.
And so they need to test her clothing.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Because that's how drugs
just-
work.
Yep.
Something tells me the cop is going to drive up in a Chevy Capri.
Well, and he also
86.
said,
Toyota Tercel.
Tercel from the early 90s.
so he also made it sound like it was a bigger investigation and that they were searching Laura's house
Yeah.
at
To
that
scare
very
her,
moment.
probably.
Yeah, because it was a big drug thing. Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
Red
I know.
flags. Come on, Deb.
Just about 74 by
Billion
now.
flashing
Yeah, she's at the red
flags.
flag factory.
So poor Laura's sitting there with a McDonald's apron that barely even covers
Her.
the front of her. Yes. And so Kelly's there, she believes, just to be a witness to this search. She's there for an hour, and then she leaves because she's got work to do. And then Debbie tells the cop on the phone that actually she's got work to do. It's now the very busy dinner hour, and she needs to get out there and get to work. He says, well, okay, you can leave, but can you bring somebody else in to watch her, preferably a male
my
for
God.
security purposes?
Jesus
like,
Christ.
she'd be able to get away from a female, I guess. I don't know.
And she hasn't tried, and it's been, she's already been stripped.
Yes.
But she hasn't tried to get away yet. Now you need to bring
Yeah.
a male for security.
Yes.
And that male, by the way, may be someone just waiting right outside the door, talking on a cell phone right now in a Chevy Capri or a Toyota Tercel.
Well, so Debbie goes out and she finds one of the restaurant's cooks, 27-year-old man. I'm not going to use his real name. We'll call him Jeff.
Jeff with the J or Jeff with the G?
Jeff with the J.
Geoff.
She brings him in just to watch Laura and I guess talk to the cop on the phone. So Jeff goes in the office, probably like,
what the fuck?
very uncomfortable. He probably did use the words, what the fuck.
I would.
And
I just did.
Debbie left to, go back to the front of the restaurant to work. And so Jeff got on the phone with the cop, and the cop told him to remove Laura's apron and describe her body to him.
Oh, my God. Now, even Jeff is not, I'm sorry, I'm casting aspersions on Jeff. I'm sure Jeff is a very smart guy.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff is not going to believe this, is he?
Jeff did not believe it.
Thank
Good for
God.
Jeff. All right, Jeff.
Thank
He
you,
thought
Jeff.
it was ridiculous. In fact, he said it was BS.
Good.
He wasn't
Finally.
going to do it. So he left.
Now smell her a little.
He left
God.
the office.
Family guy.
I don't know if he gave the phone back to Debbie or if he just left it in the office, but he went and told Debbie, this is BS, I'm not doing it. He just
Yeah.
flat out
Did
refused.
he even indicate, I don't think this guy's a cop? Did you know?
I don't know.
What makes you
I know.
think this guy on the phone
Yeah.
is a police officer?
I don't know if he said it. Clearly, he had his questions, or he wouldn't, or, if he truly believed it was a cop, you know what I mean?
He'd probably
I'm sure,
comply.
yeah.
But maybe,
I know.
maybe
He said
not.
it was BS, but Debbie
How's
was
it-
the boss, and so he just refused to do it. But he, as far as I can tell, he didn't do anything beyond that.
Huh.
So Debbie, flustered, not knowing what to do, believing this is a real cop on the phone, and, Laura may be a master criminal.
Mm-hmm.
She needs a man to come supervise her until the police can get there. She calls her fiance, Walter, who is off work. He's an exterminator, so he must be pretty 9 to 5, I guess.
And after she describes what's happening, he was there in 30 seconds.
Well, she tells him she needs his help down at the restaurant. He comes down. He's 42 years old, father of 2, assuming he must be divorced. So she tells him, there's a police officer on the phone, explains what Laura's doing there, why she's naked in the office, and that he just needs to,
Goddamn.
do what the officer tells, or, listen to the officer and, watch her until a cop shows up to arrest her or whatever. So Officer Scott gets on the phone with Walter, tells him to remove Laura's apron and, things that he was telling Jeff to do that Jeff wouldn't do. Then told him to order her to dance around and do jumping jacks.
I mean, come on.
While she's naked, because, there could be drugs hidden up there.
Oh, my God.
And dancing and jumping jacks would make them
That's
come
not
out.
how they do it, but okay.
Mm-hmm. Then he did other more invasive things.
Walter does this?
Yes.
Walter's a grown-ass man.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Walter has no excuse for not realizing
Yep.
right away, this is complete bullshit. This is a scam.
Yep.
Oh, my God,
It
Walter.
gets worse.
So
I'm
this
not.
is even more for Debbie for calling him.
Yep.
Strike 3, you're out.
3.
bitch.
Debbie's. My instincts quite spot on for Debbie. I spotted her as an asshole from day one. She should have.
Day
I mean,
one.
honestly, the first call is like, "How do I know you're a police officer?" It should have been the first words out of her mouth.
Yep.
I'd be like, can I speak to the manager on
Jesus.
the other line?
What's your badge
First of
number?
all.
Yes. Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and click. Done.
Honestly,
This never
first red
happens.
flag is
Yeah.
a cop actually trying to recover stolen property. They don't do that.
Yeah.
The
Especially
coin purse. Come
Very
on.
that, especially that.
Although it is a small town in Kentucky, so who knows? But
No.
Yeah. I don't know.
Purse. It's a small town in Kentucky. Meth is out of control there. Completely serious. It almost certainly is.
Yeah.
You have bigger fish to fry than a coin purse.
Well, he makes her do more invasive things. I'm not going to go into details. He also tells
Walter
Walter
would
to
make you
have
go into more
her
details.
sit on his lap and kiss him
Jesus Christ.
so that he could smell her breath. Because
That's-
drugs,
At this point, Walter,
Yep.
you're in on it.
And
bitch.
honestly.
When she
honestly.
refused to do so, he literally spanked her for many minutes until she was like, her skin was welted and very red.
Okay, Walter needs to be in jail. And terrible things need to happen to him there.
Yep.
Along with his compatriot, Scott.
Yep. Because she was refusing to do everything that the officer was telling Walter to tell her to do. He put her on the phone. And the cop told Laura that if she didn't do what she was told, she would face even worse punishment. And so Laura started doing what she was told. Walter had hit her, and, I'm sure she was in some pain. So she was probably afraid of what would happen if she didn't start doing what he told her to do, which sounds like she did pretty much everything that he told her to do.
Yeah.
This has been going on for about 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours.
It gets worse, and she is ordered to perform oral sex on Walter.
Now, okay.
How and why?
That's just stupid.
And yes. So Debbie keeps coming in and out of the office, and I'm assuming the office door is locked so they can hear her probably unlocking it with a key. That's my guess, because every time, pretty much when she comes in, Laura has the apron on. And she's cowering in the corner or, curled up in a fetal position, begging Debbie to let her out. But Debbie doesn't come in and see her naked.
It says Debbie after the fact.
Yes.
Okay. What does fiancé Walt have to say about that?
I'm sure he probably, I don't know.
Because, you see what I'm going. That's obviously that could be Debbie protecting herself, say 9 episode, right, after the fact.
Well, but also, I think Laura says Walter tells the cop, oh, somebody's coming in. Tell her to put the apron on.
Okay.
So they wanted her to cover herself up.
Yeah, but that would mean, I'm being probably overly detailed here, but that would mean that she would have to have the apron. If you hear a key in the door, that's going to be 3 seconds. So that means she's able to put an apron on multiple times in a matter of a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
I
that's
think
why
Debbie.
I'm guessing it was the key that.
My
told
guess
them
is
she was coming.
My guess
know.
is Debbie's full of shit, and Debbie saw a lot more than she's admitting to.
Well, so then I guess Walter needs to leave. So the officer, Scott, on the phone says, you can leave, but Debbie needs to find somebody else to replace you. So
how long has it been since they said the officer was on the way? That
2.5 hours.
Hours ago.
Yes.
This is beyond.
Yep. So still dinner time rush. Debbie's too busy. She can't even spare anybody else, any other employees. Walter says he's got to leave. So maintenance worker guy, or like the janitor, who does work at that McDonald's, wasn't working that night though. Just happened to come in for coffee and dessert. He's there. His name is Thomas Sims. I'm naming him because he's a good guy.
Okay.
She asked him if he would go in there and watch Laura. So he goes in there and is probably horrified by seeing poor Laura there naked. And he's given the phone and he refuses to go along.
I would get her the hell out of there.
Officer Scott is saying. He is very suspicious, and he tells Debbie, this isn't right. There's something wrong going on here.
I do a lot more than just tell Debbie.
Honestly,
I'd
Debbie, you're in
right
trouble.
in the
Give me your clothes, bitch. I'm going to put them on Laura and take her out of here.
Yeah. Well, so hearing this from Thomas Sims, Debbie starts to get suspicious too.
Oh my God,
and
no.
She decides to call the manager, who Officer Scott says is on the phone,
Should've
is
been
on
your
the other
first
line
thought.
with him. Her name is Lisa something. So she calls Lisa, and when Lisa gets on the phone, she's clearly very groggy. She's been asleep. So then Debbie's all, shit, he couldn't have had Lisa. Lisa doesn't know what I'm talking about.
Lisa's a police?
No, she's the manager, the actual manager of the
that's
McDonald's.
right. She said the manager. Okay.
So then she knew that the whole call was fake. So when Officer Scott hears what's going on, he just hangs up, of course.
Jesus.
Another employee.
There are children watching Blue's Clues right now who would be quicker on the uptake than Debbie and Kelly, for that matter, and obviously Walter, who I'm highly suspicious of.
Well, Walter, after this, went home, and he decided to call a friend, and he told him, I've done something terrible.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
He knew.
So he knew.
Yeah, he absolutely knew. He's a piece of shit.
So another employee, I'm sure it probably started getting around the entire restaurant what was going on, thought, oh, let's dial star 69 to see
For Officer Scott?
where the call was. Yeah, who the call was from. So they were able to get the phone number that it had dialed. So now, by this point, Debbie's hysterical, and she's super upset, profusely apologizing to Laura, who is now wrapped in a blanket. And
You'll get her clothes.
this had
Aren't
been
her clothes
going
in her
on.
car?
Yeah, this had been going on for 3.5 hours total. They called the police. The police came. They happened to get a new detective. He was the only detective in Mount Washington. There was only one. He was horrified after they told him what had happened. They are able to view surveillance video from the office. The entire incident was recorded.
That's what I was actually thinking. He's Officer Scott knows he has some kind of access to McDonald's surveillance video.
Well, Walter was pretty quickly arrested
Thank
for
God.
charged with sexual assault. And then the detective in Mount Washington began an investigation to find out who had placed the call. Debbie was also able to view the video surveillance footage later that night, and she immediately broke off her engagement with Walter because she saw
Damn.
what he did to her. Isn't that
You
terrible?
called him, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, God.
I know.
This is honestly all Debbie's fault.
Yeah,
I'm mad at Debbie.
I was mad at Debbie, as you remember,
still
30
am.
seconds
No,
in.
I know. If she had just said,
I don't believe you.
"Who are
Come
you?"
down
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
I need to see your badge,
Yeah.
obviously, because I'm not, a 4-year-old.
Yeah, let me talk to the
then
manager
we'll
on the other
talk.
line.
Or hey, okay, let's hang up. I'll call the police department.
Yeah,
Yes.
they could have called the police department a long time ago.
Yes.
That's the
Yeah.
obvious thing. I mean, that's just the most basic
Right.
thing to do.
If a cop shows up at your front door, call the police department
Yeah.
to verify that it's a real cop at your front door. Anyway, I say that I probably would totally give in to whatever.
No.
You better not. And
I would
Carrie,
be
if this
scared.
happens to you, don't call me to come watch the girl on the apron, okay? Because I'm going to put an end to it,
Yeah.
Carrie.
This is why it's amazing that this happened in 2004.
Yeah, some reason it
Although,
happen any time. Come
I
on.
don't know.
Yeah, honestly.
I don't
But
know.
yeah, 2004 even more. so, I
Especially.
think.
Well, somebody at the Mount Washington Police Department did a simple Google search on McDonald's strip search scam or something like that and got lots of information.
So that was not the first go around for
Not
Officer
the
Scott.
first. It had been going on for about 10 years.
Oh my God!
It had been going on
so,
since 1992.
And how does no one know about that? I'm going to say McDonald's was instrumental in making sure that didn't see the light of day.
Well, this was only the latest in a long series of similar incidents. They were usually to fast food restaurants
gonna say.
or a few
Okay.
grocery stores
Yeah,
or other kind of restaurants.
Arby's, I'm guessing. I think Carl's
Hardee's.
Jr. I'm going to say
This is Kentucky. It's Hardee's.
I
Probably
don't.
Hardee's, yes.
It was all over. It wasn't
oh,
just
shit.
Kentucky. It
Yeah, I
was
was gonna say.
a
McDonald's,
lot of Pancake House.
There was
lot of
an
Pancake House.
Applebee's, some Wendy's.
Applebee's, that frankly surprises me.
Yeah, we'll get to it. I'll name a few other ones.
I haven't heard Pancake House, and I feel
No,
like,
no Pancake Houses.
Oh, that's impossible.
But none had gone on for as long or had as many people involved as with poor Laura
Yeah.
in Mount Washington, Kentucky.
So is this person getting their jollies by listening to the phone, or is this someone who feels like they're going to be able to gain access to
Well,
the video?
Initially, the Mount Washington police thought it had to be somebody standing at a payphone within viewing distance of that McDonald's, because I guess there were still payphones in 2004.
There's 4 left, and only for drug dealers. But
Yeah, and
But even then, you'd be able to see into the office. Why?
into
You
the
wouldn't, but I doubt you could see into the
lockable
office.
back room? That
I
makes no
know.
sense.
I don't know.
Proximity?
This is just what the police thought.
Before I
because-
found out about the McDonald's scam thing by Googling, my first thought would have been inside job, somebody who works at McDonald's who is going to
Yeah.
get access to that video.
Yeah.
But
Because
once you find out
he
it's
had
all
names.
over the country.
He knew the name of the manager.
Yeah.
He knew, other names. So, and in other incidents,
yeah.
he knew names of people involved.
Does his
Yeah.
homework.
But that's not too hard. You make a call.
Yeah.
Or
Who's the
also,
manager, or
it's often
who's-
public information.
Yeah.
Were they all over the country? Like you would have had to travel to go there personally and, case the joint?
They were all over the country.
Damn.
But the Mount Washington police initially didn't know that, and that's why they thought it was somebody
Yeah.
standing at the payphone. The police department was like a quarter of a mile away, so if
Jeez.
they were at that payphone, they could see the police station too.
Oh, I see.
So the police station and the McDonald's. So
They s-
if a cop was coming, they
They'd
would
see
know.
and get
Yeah.
the hell out of there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's a fair supposition.
Yeah. So that's what they thought, but they found out that no, that wasn't true. They traced the number that the smart McDonald's employee had gotten by using star 69,
One smart enough.
and it turned out to be a supermarket payphone in Panama City, Florida.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, the Florida part, not surprised at all.
Yes.
But that is so far away is weird.
Yeah.
I mean, distance yourself from the crime.
I know,
make
but
it harder to catch you.
It does indicate then this person's enjoyment is completely audio.
Probably based on humiliation or something
Yeah.
like that.
And having power, you know,
Yes.
posing as a authoritative
Yeah.
police
Figure,
officer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Deuce. Probably an incel. I think that's fair.
Oh,
to
definitely.
assume.
Well, they found out that the call was made from a payphone using an AT&T phone card. And the store that was the largest seller of AT&T phone cards in 2004 was Walmart.
Of course.
So the Mount Washington police contacted the Panama City police, and they told them, oh, well, there's another detective from Massachusetts who's already conducting an investigation into this very thing.
Also from Panama City, Florida?
Looks like, looks like
Okay.
it led them to the same
Alright.
place.
There have been several similar scam calls made to Boston area restaurants, and so this detective Flaherty,
Flaherty? I'm going to go, is it Flaherty?
Yeah.
That's Flaherty.
Flaherty.
I like Flaherty. Your first attempt.
Who
at that.
knows? It's Irish, right?
like an-
Scottish? It's Irish?
Flaherty?
Yeah,
Sure, why not?
it is Irish.
I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah.
Irish.
Well, Flaherty had already pulled surveillance camera footage from a Walmart in Panama City to see if they could determine who had bought those AT&T phone cards. So the Mount Washington police thought that was a great idea. They got the serial number of the phone card used in their case, and they found out that it was purchased from a different Walmart than the Boston area ones were. There were 3 Walmarts in Panama City,
Wasn't Panama City. Claim to fame, Panama City.
Yep.
Whoop whoop.
which was actually lucky for Mount Washington because the Walmart where the phone cards were purchased for the Boston area scam calls were bought, their surveillance camera was only pointed at the parking lot.
Wow.
None of the store or the registers.
I feel like that's where the most of the crime is perpetrated in Walmarts, is inside the store. I feel like that's the place you
There's
should.
probably a fair amount out in the parking lots too.
I feel
But
like
I
at a
mean-
Walmart,
But
there's
yeah.
going to be a lot of crime everywhere, but still,
Yes.
you might want to have, in case there's a robbery, you should probably have cameras
Yep.
Very that.
inside the store.
Well, so the Panama City Walmart, where their card was purchased, it showed the cash register. So somehow, I guess they knew the time that the phone card had been purchased, and it ended up it was that morning, the morning of
Damn.
that call. So they were able to pull the surveillance footage of the registers from that actual time, and they could see who was buying the card. So they were able to see that the guy purchasing the card was wearing some sort of uniform. And the Panama City police officers looking at the video footage at the time, recognized it.
Oh my God.
As-
Is that Kevin? Jesus, I think that's Kevin.
Yeah.
Didn't recognize the person, but he recognized the uniform. It was the uniform worn by corrections officers.
I was just about to say it's a police of some sort.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Used by the Corrections Corporation of America.
Private prison.
A private
company?
fucking
Not surprised.
prison.
He was making less than Laura was making at McDonald's.
Probably. So, using videos and still photographs from the two Walmarts, they could compare them and find the same man seen entering and exiting the Walmarts at the time when the phone cards were purchased for the Boston one and the Mount Washington one. So the police were able to use these images to produce front and back photos or like composite images of the suspect. So then they were able to take those images to the private security firm that employed him, and going to the HR department, they were able to identify him as David R. Stewart, a married man with 5 children.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
Who was then promptly arrested. David Stewart insisted he'd never bought a phone card before,
Bitch.
At the Walmart yesterday morning. What are you talking about?
even though as they searched his home, they found phone cards.
And zip ties and bleach and
They found, in fact, the card that they didn't find the card that was used in Laura's situation, but they did find one that had been used to call 9 restaurants in the past
Oh my
year.
God.
okay, come on,
Including
David.
a call to a Burger King in Idaho Falls, Idaho, on the same day when that restaurant's manager was reportedly duped by a scam call.
So he's just googling the crap out of fast food places until he finds one that can get names of, get employee names, and most importantly,
Yeah.
a manager's name.
Probably, yeah.
And then, okay, that's his target when he can get enough names to have a plausible phone call.
Yeah. Or, who knows how many he called that somebody said, yeah, sure.
I say that Google existed in 2000.
Yeah.
Of
course it did.
Like
Yeah.
mid-90s, late 90s?
Yes.
I don't know. Things happen so much faster than you realize. The first iPhone was 2006. People feel like it's been around for 50 years.
But I know that Google Images was invented in 2000.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say
J-Lo.
early 2000s. But it wasn't like Google it.
Yeah.
Just Google it.
But yeah,
No,
by
it was-
2004, did people quote unquote Google things? I guess they
I don't
just
know.
maybe.
Google existed. I don't know if we used Google as a verb. I
Yeah.
mean, people
Yeah.
were probably also still using Yahoo search at the time.
sure.
And stuff
Very
like
that.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
AOL.
Who was it? Somebody used Yahoo they would search for Google to get to Google.
Oh, yes. And then get to YouTube.
Get to YouTube.
Bitch, the address bar.
It was hilarious. We were talking about a child, so it's okay.
Is it?
They were 17.
Yeah. So anyway, they also found in his home when they searched it dozens of application for police department jobs.
Oh, God. Not surprising.
Yep. Hundreds of police magazines
Jesus.
and
So, yeah.
police style uniforms. So,
So it's the authority.
but also was
Wannabe
he
cop.
one of those guys dressing up as cops and pulling over women and
Probably.
stuff like that?
Yes.
I wonder if
Absolutely.
he was. Well, he didn't. I guess is he the guy doing this for the last 10 years? Because thinking, is he practicing, honing his craft to try to do this in person, get a fake cop
Yeah.
uniform, and actually do this in
I
person?
don't know.
Gather the courage.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Do you have an estimate at how many incidents happened over that 10-year period you said?
70.
70?
So wait, did he do all of them?
Yes.
He's the.
He probably did
Oh,
then.
They
then I-
believe he did all
Oh
of
my
them.
God.
Yeah.
Because once he's arrested, they stop.
Oh, my God.
There aren't any more.
And it's such a specific
It
MO,
is.
too. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
How did that not get out? I was just kind of quasi kidding when I said McDonald's covered it up because this wasn't all McDonald's. But how does that thing not get out into that this is happening? When it's happening
Yeah,
for a
that's-
decade that
I don't-
often, you think that would have been a big news story.
It was a big news story.
I don't have any recollection
I've
of it.
heard of this before.
Yes, it was a news
Really?
story.
Yes.
Why? I mean, we were so busy in 2004.
I guess
be
not
honest.
so much in the public consciousness that maybe that's another thing. Who knows how many times he had tried and they said and they failed.
Yeah.
Very that.
Probably had 1 in 10 was
Yeah.
a hit. But
Yes.
Yeah.
Ugh. But
Yeah.
also, it's like, it seems like these were pretty, like, separated. So they probably seemed like isolated
Yeah,
incidents.
and they probably make the
weren't
local
connected.
news.
Yes.
So he calls. So once it's too hot, and he's done 3 in Boston.
Yeah.
He moves to Idaho Falls
Yep.
and so
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. And because Alora's assault was so much more than
Yeah.
most of the others, it became a bigger story.
What would be a typical
at
thing?
this
Just make
point.
him. They get it,
Strip searching and
but
yeah.
not dancing and oral sex. And
He probably
all
found
that kind of
somebody-
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ugh, willing to.
Yeah, he's a monster.
Yep. He found Walter.
Yeah.
So anyway, they also found guns and holsters, and they thought obviously he fantasizes about being a cop, and for some reason he hasn't been. So
I mean,
Hell,
I'm sure there are plenty of reasons.
yeah, I mean, no, I imagine he was applying. He just
Oh, yeah.
wasn't getting
He was
hired
not
anywhere.
passing the psych test.
Or the physical evaluation, or really anything,
Yeah.
probably.
So he was extradited to Kentucky to be tried on charges of impersonating a police officer and solicitation of sodomy. If he was convicted, he faced up to, one article said 15 years. I heard someplace else 20 years in prison.
How about 1 billion years?
Yeah, well, he went to trial. And, well, actually, first, he went to trial in 2006. Before he was tried, both Debbie and Walter were also facing charges.
Yes.
Good.
And-
1,000 years for 1,000 years for Debbie, 1,000,000 years for Walter, 1,000,000,000 years for
Well,
David
they
Stewart.
wanted to finalize Debbie and Walter's trials before trying David R. Stewart because
Oh.
they wanted them to testify. So,
I almost think they'd. Well, okay.
yeah.
I think they'd have them testify before they've gone to trial. Those two to make them much more motivated to cooperate.
Yeah, so they could use it in their trials. We were cooperative. But
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
what they said. I
Huh,
don't know.
okay.
But so Debbie, I told you she ended her engagement to Walter immediately. She was also fired from McDonald's for hold on to your hats, violating corporate policies prohibiting strip searches.
They actually have that in their corporate policy. A little scary, McDonald's, but okay.
And you know when they put that in their policy?
The day
no.
before. Yeah.
2001.
Why? Because
So-
okay, it happened.
9/11.
So apparently it was legal
Really?
to strip search employees in a McDonald's before 2001.
Not surprised. I wonder if because this had happened to other McDonald's before 2001. He's been doing it since 1994.
2.
Yeah, maybe.
Two-ish.
I don't know. They don't
So,
say
it's
why, but the
possible.
fact that they changed the.
Like
I
we've
mean,
had
that just is-
21 strip search scams here. Let's put a clause.
But also, this was in their, handbook or whatever that was like 1,000 pages long.
Oh, so
Yeah.
nobody reads it.
So exactly.
No.
What they should have done is, like when I got trained at Target, they told us about all the common scams.
Yeah.
So if McDonald's knew about this, they should have been letting
They
bitches
really should
know.
Yeah.
Especially
Was this
something
one of
this
them?
severe.
Did they mention this?
No.
Oh, I don't
It was like gift card skims and shit. You think Target ever
Oh,
got
and,
hit?
and also strip search scams. What?
Maybe.
Nothing. Just-
Also, you can't get Target to answer their phones. So if
Bitch,
Wow.
what do you mean?
Call
I
them.
answered
Wow.
the phone all fucking day.
Shot
Are
fired.
you guys open? When do you guys close? Bitch, Google.
He said it like that. Google.
I would honestly, I was very tempted to say, bitch, there's a recording at the beginning. It tells you the information. Listen, bye.
Well, anyway, she was
Anyway.
the other reason for her firing was because she allowed a non-employee in the back areas
to
of the
to
store.
rape an
Yeah,
employee.
letting
My
Walter
God.
in.
Quality work.
Girl, McDonald's, just say you're fired because you did a despicable shit. Don't
Yeah, 'cause-
corporatize
and you're
it.
going
I
to be in
hate that.
jail.
Well, she entered an Alford plea, which I don't believe should exist.
I don't either.
But it's basically where you say, I'm not admitting to doing it. I would say I'm not guilty, but I know you have enough evidence and I could be convicted. So
Which means you're admitting to doing it
I'm
and you're
just
guilty.
not going to fight it.
Yeah, that absolutely is idiotic. It's
Yes.
something invented by lawyers to protect lawyers.
Yes. And she was charged with unlawful imprisonment, which happens to be a misdemeanor.
Good
How,
Lord.
in Kentucky?
She got 1 year probation.
That's okay. All
Yeah.
right. You need
Does
to say her
Proby-
real name.
She was not charged with any
We need
sex-related
to
crimes.
dox her. We need to say her real name. We make sure she never works again.
not like a sex
She's a
offender.
monster.
Like, honestly, she should be a registered sex offender along with Walty.
Well, Walter also tried to do the Alford plea deal.
No, Walter.
Really, bitch.
No, Walter.
It was rejected by the judge. I think it was it was the Alford plea, and his lawyers were going for like 1 year probation or something like that. And
Jesus.
the judge said, nah, I don't accept that. So he then pled guilty to sexual abuse, sexual misconduct, and unlawful imprisonment. So not anything worse, which should have been. The judge agreed to a plea deal for Walter in exchange for him testifying against David Stewart.
I hate that.
David Stewart, they have copious
Ample
evidence
evidence.
against David Stewart, and they have video of Walter committing his crimes. No plea, no nothing, everything.
Well, and
Forcible rape. I don't care if someone's on the phone telling you to do it, you piece of shit.
also because they said they didn't want to put Laura through
Having to
public
testify.
testimony.
Well,
yeah.
you know,
I get that.
I don't. Justice has to be served regardless of that. All that does is let that person go out there and do bad things again.
Hey, I get it too. And the judge doesn't have to accept that plea either.
I would never accept it.
He could say, you have to.
Oh,
to-
no, I'm not talking about the plea. I'm talking about Laura.
I'm talking about both.
Oh, no.
Protecting Laura.
Oh, sure.
That's
yeah.
understandable. Not that plea shit. Fuck that plea.
No, I'm saying I understand about protecting Laura too.
Okay, good.
But I
understand
also
that. I
don't
just
think the
it's-
judge doesn't have to accept that plea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not worth it. I know it's easy for me to say, but
It is.
you've got to. I mean, if everybody did that, you wouldn't. You would have lots of criminals not getting punished the way they should, and that's not okay.
Yeah, that's true. And there are ways that they can go about trying to minimize the trauma to a victim in testifying
Yeah.
by doing the video thing and the whole bullshit about the guy has to be able to, confront his accuser.
Ugh.
Yeah.
You
Oh, that's
know?
bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that was not intended for a modern time. That was intended again. It's an 18th century thing
Yeah.
that was intended for star chambers, where you were literally kidnapped in the middle of the night
Yeah.
and held against your will. And
Let's update it.
Yeah, it's very. It's
Yeah.
a different world now. We
She-
have video that they didn't have
Yeah,
back then.
I mean, she can be cross-examined by your attorney. She just doesn't have to look at you.
Yeah, you piece of shit.
But so the judge did accept the plea deal and said because he was the perpetrator in beating her and sexually assaulting her, he did receive a 5-year prison sentence.
See, this is the same kind of person where you see on like the 48 Hours in Dateline shows like that, where they do something terrible and you find something in their past and they serve 3 years for sexual assault when it should have been 30
Yeah.
years for that, and we wouldn't be watching that show about them.
Well, and part of the reason for the seemingly light sentence is he had no criminal history.
Oh my
he
God.
didn't have
Shit.
a record.
You do now, bro.
Yeah.
First of
Yeah.
all, that we know of.
Yeah.
Second of all,
Yeah.
And also apparently
Wait, what's Jack's second of all?
no more.
Oh.
And I'm going to leave it at that.
I forgot what I was going to say. Hang on.
You're gonna say something about?
You got
Oh,
notes?
apparently because it was a plea deal because he pled guilty or something. That doesn't make any sense.
None of this
Finish
makes
your sentence,
sense.
and then we'll.
That he didn't have to register as a sex offender.
Oh, that's
I think
bullshit.
maybe that was what would have happened in an Alford if they had accepted the Alford plea.
So he
Then
is. He
wouldn't
did have
been a
to.
sex-
He absolutely should be a
sex
sex
offender.
offender.
If he was convicted
Yeah.
of the stuff that he was charged with, you would think so.
Which he would have been
Sexual
because
abuse.
Yeah, I don't know if he is or not. To be honest.
Ugh.
He
He better
should be.
be.
He should be a
Yeah.
red dot.
Yes. Well, and when the judge sentenced him, he said, "It just absolutely amazes me that anyone would commit these kinds of acts
Yeah.
based on a telephone call."
Yeah.
For
Yep.
real.
Which, like, I mean, he knew.
Yep.
He knew exactly what he was doing. He took advantage of it.
Yep.
I think so too.
So this happened in, like I said, 70 times total in 32 states over about 10 years.
Good Lord.
So now we get to David Stewart's trial. So he's charged with impersonating an officer and solicitation of sodomy.
That's it.
On October 31st, 2006, the jury comes back not guilty.
I'm gonna kill a Kentucky jury. What the fuck? What is this? Florida or California?
Kentucky.
He was acquitted
What y'all
of
doing?
all
How?
charges.
How? That's baffling.
I don't know when they were doing jury selection, his attorneys were saying he can't get a fair trial. Everybody knows because it was a big
Too
deal in
fucking
Kentucky.
bad.
Everybody knows about this. They had a very hard time finding 12 jurors who said they didn't know anything about the case too fucking bad, I
See,
say.
absolutely.
Yeah, honestly.
Just because you've heard of it doesn't mean you can't be impartial.
Very
Juries,
that.
there should be no such things as recusals. There should be 12 randomly selected people.
Honestly, yeah.
That's it. That's your jury. We're done here. 3 more for alternates. We're done. Nobody
Yeah.
gets to bitch and moan about anything.
All that does
I mean,
is
if you
introduce
literally
bias.
find someone who's someone's cousin, okay, fine. But it's just
Yeah.
basic core things like that. Otherwise, I don't like them because they're a housewife and they'll be sympathetic. That's despicable. Juries are completely manipulated.
Yes.
Almost always by
Yes, they are.
affluent defense by affluent criminals
Yep.
with high-priced lawyers, and that needs to end yesterday.
Yep.
So in this case, though, they just get 12 incredibly stupid people who have never heard of this locally famous case.
Right. All the
And
bitches who don't even read the local news.
So you're going to get 12 people who are not aware of things. These
Yeah.
probably aren't the best folks to be on a jury ever.
At 20 teeth, whole jury.
Yeah.
Total.
Yes.
Well, and they also said
4 toes.
there was a lack of direct evidence, both the prosecution and the defense.
Bitch.
There's overwhelming
How are those
evidence.
AT&T cards not
Yeah.
direct evidence? How is
Jesus
the footage
Christ.
of him
They don't know
buying
the word
them
direct
not
or
evidence?
evidence mean. Neither one of those words did they understand. The jury said that?
No,
the
the
sleazy
defense,
lawyers?
all the
Defense.
attorneys.
Yeah, the attorneys also need
Yeah,
to go to
of
jail
course they
with
did.
Walter and David Stewart because they know I mean, I know you have to have a right to defense. You don't have to have a right to an attorney who's going to lie, manipulate
Yeah.
the system. You don't have
I
any
mean,
right to that
that's-
No, I agree.
The
whatsoever.
adversarial system in general.
And attorneys who do that are scum of the earth.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that.
And they do
You've
it.
made it up this world where we have to do
Gleefully.
that because we're lawyers. No,
Yeah.
you don't. You piece
Yeah.
of shit. You be a human being first, a
They
lawyer
do it
second.
every day.
Yeah.
They want it for money.
Yeah. It should be a crime for anybody to lie in court. Right?
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
Even if you're an
on the
attorney,
wi- Yeah,
bitch.
if you're on the witness stand, it's perjury. Why can a defense lawyer just knowingly lie through their teeth?
Including
Their
lies,
job.
including lies of omission, as you call Casey
Say that.
Anthony's piece of shit lawyer knew full well that that his technical expert found those horrifically incriminating searches
Yeah.
on her computer that the prosecution didn't find, and
Yeah.
he kept it silent. That should not be okay.
No.
Should be illegal. Obstruction.
Well, so obviously he was still a suspect in a whole bunch of other similar
Yeah, can
cases.
Boston
Yeah, I
get
was
him
just
or
gonna say.
Idaho?
But remember, he couldn't be extradited because in any other case, they would have been misdemeanors and not felonies.
Oh my.
Apparently, you can't be extradited for misdemeanors.
Really?
In all of the
Yeah.
in every other state.
What?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Kentucky was the only state.
No.
Well,
it was
His were felonies there.
yeah, in Kentucky. They're
Yeah, I'm
so all the
surprised
other
that only-
cases didn't go as far
Correct.
as that one
Wow.
did.
So this
in-
motherfucker is still out there.
Okay.
Yep.
David Stewart, is that his real name?
David R. Stewart.
David Richard Stewart
David
of
Richard
Panama
Stewart,
City, Florida.
Panama City, Florida. If you know him,
Okay.
kick him in the nuts as hard as you can
Yeah.
today.
If you live in Panama City, if you have a friend in Panama City,
I don't know anyone in Panama City, but I feel like I want
not
to get to
gonna
know
say
someone in Panama
anything.
City.
Yeah, let's
for
not.
legal reasons, but
Correct.
Jesus fucking
You
Christ.
can kick him in the nuts.
I don't know that he still lives there. I don't know.
I hope he doesn't live
what his
anywhere.
current status is. Yeah, he may not even be alive anymore.
Hopefully
Let's
not.
hope.
I didn't check.
He's probably a police officer in Alaska.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll check on Yahoo for some Google news about
Oh my goodness.
Stewart. Anyway, so Laura, as one might imagine, did have some
Yeah.
long-lasting issues to deal with.
Sue his ass.
She did get therapy and had to take medication. She, as one might imagine, had PTSD and
Yeah.
depression. Her college plans were derailed. She did graduate from high school, but then she didn't go to the University of Louisville. She ended up just going to work, I guess. Obviously, she had all of the feelings and ramifications of
Such an
sexual assault
experience,
survivors. Yes.
Did she? I mean, absolutely sue
Who?
him.
Yeah.
Oh, Laura, yeah.
Yeah.
Civil case is very different. 9-3.
Very that.
Preponderance of evidence.
3 years after everything happened, she's still going to therapy and everything. She does file a lawsuit against
Yay.
McDonald's for $200 million
Oh, wow. Whoa.
for
Jeez.
failing to protect her during her ordeal. Her grounds for the suit were that McDonald's corporate headquarters were aware of these hoax calls because they had defended themselves against similar lawsuits over similar incidents at restaurants in 4 other states.
So
Yep.
they were
You're
keeping
right.
it under wraps,
Yep.
obviously.
Absolutely.
For at least 2 years before the Mount Washington incident, there had been similar hoaxes at other McDonald's, and they hadn't taken the appropriate steps to
God.
make all of management aware.
Yeah.
Apparently, a voicemail had been sent out to
Lord.
store managers, but there was no direction to tell everybody
Yeah.
else. So assistant managers didn't know about it, and employees didn't know about it. So I think she also, in Laura's lawsuit, she also named Debbie and
Walter.
Walter and David
Stewart.
David Stewart
Oh,
too.
David Stewart. I forgot about him.
Debbie also filed a lawsuit against McDonald's asking for $50 million
Okay,
for
Debbie.
failing to warn her about the hoaxes.
Debbie.
Weaker case there. Much weaker.
It's not a weaker case.
But what she's so culpable
Yes.
stupidly in doing
Yeah.
That's to me why.
she
Yeah.
deserves nothing.
Yeah, well, McDonald's defense was,
They have one.
yes,
Of course they do.
that Debbie didn't follow the company's management manual, which prohibited strip searches, as we
my
know.
God.
And so she did something that, was against company policy by going forward with the strip search and then bringing Walter in. So it was outside of the scope of her employment.
That's utter nonsense. Fine print is not a policy. It's not anything that
Mm-hmm.
Very
can offer
that.
any defense whatsoever.
One little blurb in a 1,000-page handbook
Yes.
is not enough.
Yeah,
And
you don't
they-
get to cover your ass just by putting
Very that.
out 1,000. That's exactly what it's for.
Exactly.
Nobody
Yeah.
reads
Bullshit.
it. You know nobody reads it.
And that they weren't responsible for Walter's actions because he wasn't an employee. And the one that takes the cake, Laura should have removed herself from the situation.
So it's Laura's
That
fault.
she didn't use common sense by following
Now
the orders
listen
of her
here.
manager.
Okay, McDonald's. And you know who's making these arguments? Lawyers.
Yep. So this trial began in September of 2007 and ended in October of 2007 when a jury awarded Laura $5 million in punitive damages
enough.
and $1.1 million in compensatory damages and expenses. Debbie, I think they tacked both of the lawsuits together. And
Really?
Debbie, yeah,
That's weird.
because it's all the same facts.
I
It
suppose.
makes sense.
I suppose.
Debbie was awarded $1 million in punitive damages and $100,000 in compensatory damages.
She should give it to charity.
Yeah, she should give that shit to Laura.
Yeah.
The jury decided that both the McDonald's and David R. Stewart were equally culpable. They were each 50% at fault.
They better not mean that McDonald's gets to not pay 50% of that judgment because that's bullshit.
No,
David R.
they
Stewart's not going to pay a penny.
no, they didn't say that because the award was against
Yeah.
McDonald's.
Okay, good.
And in fact, McDonald's and its attorneys were sanctioned by the court for
good.
withholding evidence pertinent to the outcome of the trial.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what?
I think
Yeah.
it was a lot of evidence about the
Past
the
incidents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And in November 2008, McDonald's was also ordered to pay $2.4 million in legal fees to the plaintiff's lawyers. But
Wow.
because McDonald's is fucking McDonald's and they're a large corporation with lots of money,
How often you go there, by the
they-
way?
Huh?
So don't go there. Never go there.
They appealed it to the Kentucky Court of Appeals, which upheld the jury's verdict, but reduced Debbie's punitive damages from what was it, 1.1 million
Yeah,
to
total.
400,000. They then appealed to the Kentucky Supreme Court, and in 2010, while their appeal was pending, I guess Laura was just over it. So she settled with McDonald's for 1.1 million.
See, that's just
That was
Man.
the compensatory and damages, and just gave up on the punitive.
That's awful.
What was it? 5.5 million.
I
or
would
something
never
like
give
that.
up on that. It was 5 million.
Yeah.
I would never give up on that. That's they just grind you
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have this army of lawyers and it's grind you down, and it's evil and vile, and they should pay a price for that.
Yeah.
So everybody out there, boycott McDonald's.
Boycott
Well-
literally every single corporation.
That's
Yeah,
probably true.
you literally would have to boycott
Okay,
every-
but
Every
selective
single
boycotts
corporation.
until one bleeds,
Yeah.
and the others won't do that.
Yeah. But real quickly, in 2000, a female McDonald's manager in another Kentucky restaurant in Litchfield undressed herself in the presence of a customer The caller on the phone, pretending to be a cop, said that the customer was a suspected sex offender and that they wanted the manager to strip, basically using herself as bait. And that not to worry, there were lots of undercover cops surveilling, and they would step in to arrest him.
And this was David Stewart.
Yeah,
Most
this was
definitely.
David Stewart.
And he could have gotten her hurt.
Yep. In 2003, an Applebee's assistant manager subjected a waitress to a 90-minute strip search after receiving a collect call from somebody saying he was a regional manager from Applebee's.
A
That one wasn't even
collect
a
call.
cop. A collect call from a
That's
regional manager.
Gall.
Yep. February 2003, another McDonald's, this time in Hinesville, Georgia. A female manager who thought she was speaking to a police officer who was also with a director of operations for McDonald's, like another corporate thing, took a female employee into the women's bathroom and strip searched her. She also brought in a male employee who conducted a body cavity search for hidden drugs. They were sued, but that lawsuit, I think, was dismissed by the court.
That's
Ridiculous.
insane.
Or not dismissed, but a summary judgment for McDonald's. Yeah.
In favor of McDonald's.
Yep. July 2003, a
many you
Winn-Dixie grocery store manager in Panama City, Florida,
Oh.
got a call instructing the manager to bring a female cashier into an office to be strip searched.
Do you have any? Did anyone guessed a while ago that he was not successful in many of the
Yeah.
calls? Do we have evidence? Are there stories of that? that
I didn't read
people said,
anything about
"Go
that.
fuck yourself." Who are you? You're on the phone.
I'm sure that happened plenty.
Yeah, it must have.
I'll bet it did. So there were, as usual, these things result in movies and all that kind of stuff. I started to watch a movie about this.
There's
It's
a movie about this?
It was a 2012 movie called Compliance. Honestly, pretty boring. I didn't finish it.
About the Kentucky incident, the one you just covered.
Yes,
Okay.
the one with Laura.
Okay.
There was also one, a Law and Order Special Victims Unit episode.
Of course there was. That's
Episode-
all those writers do is read the newspaper.
Yep, 17 of season 9.
There's a show.
It was from 2008, featuring Robin Williams
Why,
As
hello.
Robin Williams?
as the caller. Yep,
In a Law and Order in 2008, Robin
Yep.
Williams.
yep.
That is image. That's weird.
Rest in peace.
He identified himself as Detective Milgram. A little nod to the Milgram experiments at Yale,
Oh, shit.
which
Gross.
Google it if you want to know what that was about.
God.
Yeah, we can't go into
Carrie's
this now. Oh my
done.
God. No,
Well, we don't have time. We
Yes,
don't.
you're
No,
right.
we don't.
And there were some plays and blah, blah, blah. Oh, there was also a short film called Plainview that, did the festival
And I'm
circuit
imagining
in
there's a rap song that
2007.
took the side of David Stewart and thought it was kind of a pretty cool thing.
No.
Okay, sorry.
No, don't let his bullshit
I would do that for Jack.
fuck off.
So pretty darn horrifying.
Yeah, it is. I have not heard of these things.
Yeah.
And just as well, because now I'm very angry
Yeah.
and anxious, and your stories tend to do that to me.
I know. After getting her initial large $6 million award, Laura said that she was going to go to law school. She was, by this point, I think she was married with kids, and she hadn't gone to college because
She should own a
So-
chunk of McDonald's.
I hope that she I hope she did go to college.
Yeah, me too.
Well,
So anyway,
Thank you for
You're
that
welcome.
question mark. That not uplifting story about strip search scams.
yes.
That's the worst story
well,
ever.
You know not we, you and I don't do this, but
Good.
people are just always on millennials and Gen Zers for not respecting their elders and being so disrespectful, and be fucking disrespectful.
Yes.
Just because somebody says they're a cop, just because somebody's your manager,
than you.
just because somebody's older than you, they're not automatically due respect.
Nope. You got to earn it, bitch, no matter who you are.
Everybody's equal. We're all equal.
Ding, ding. There are plenty of old bitches who are dumb, and there are plenty of young bitches who are smart.
And vice versa.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's
So
why you
if
gotta earn it.
if you're a young person and your manager at work wants you to do something completely unreasonable and unacceptable and inappropriate, don't do it.
Say fuck
Absolutely.
you.
Amen.
Walk out.
And I hope you have supportive parents who will back you up or somebody. But Jesus Christ,
Carrie's mom voice suddenly there. Real quick.
Yes.
even kids at school.
Uh-huh.
Tell a teacher to fuck off, okay? Is that what you're saying? Is that what Carrie
No,
is
that's
saying?
Yes.
not what I'm saying.
I am.
Sounds like it.
But I have issues with teachers and school resource officers who shouldn't even exist.
Bing, bing.
And, it's the whole Milgram experiment. You're given a little bit of authority because you have a fucking
That's
lanyard and key around your
very
neck,
true.
and you think you can treat people poorly, and that's not.
That is all too.
Retweet Carrie.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
Carrie.
Retweet.
Go Carrie. Go Carrie. Carrie's on her soapbox. Well,
Yes.
again, thank you for that. Carrie, tell them the usual stuff, please.
Oh, Weird World Podcast at gmail.com and Weird World Podcast on Facebook and Instagram and Patreon and Weird World Pod on Twitter.
And next time we'll have something uplifting and fun.
Yes.
Will we?
Maybe not.
It's dicey.
Then I won't be there.
All right. See ya.
Wait, no, if
What?
you want
Oh,
to see
sorry.
something fun,
Yeah.
look up flower mantises on the internet.
Flower
Oh, my God.
mantises. They are pretty cool. I won't deny that. Okay.
I'll have to post one.
With that uplifting note,
Thanks for listening.
see you next time.
Bye.